It's like you're in the woods at night alone. I was as lost as you could imagine anybody to be lost. Attaching myself to different men to compensate for no family. Bartending, I did the fast life for a long time. And at the end of the night, it doesn't matter how much money I came home with in my pockets. It doesn't matter the great boyfriend that I had. I was still empty. I didn't know who I was. I knew I wanted a change in my life. Driving down the street, I see this couch and it's put on the curb. I mean, it's a nice couch. And at that time, I didn't even have a place to put it. I didn't have a roof over my head for me and my son. I go and I knock on the Scarborough's door. At that time, I didn't know them, and I asked them about their couch on the side of the curb. And they say, yeah, you can have that, but let me tell you about my church. And she told me she came to Bellevue, and the first thing I thought in my mind was that gigantic church. She said, I'll tell you, anytime you think you might want to come to church, you just come and tell me on a Saturday. So I came and told them Saturday that I would like to come to church with them. My alarm didn't even go off. I jumped out of bed and hurried up, and I got my 2-year-old ready, and I got myself ready, and they brought me into church. People started giving me hugs and welcoming me, and it felt so nice, and it felt so completely different than what I imagined. On the bulletin that morning, it talked about the source. I first walked into the source that night. Susan Watson was one of the first ones to greet me. I learned that Jesus loved us, and that it didn't matter what our situation was. He loved me just as much as he loved the next person who had a husband and had a father for their children. And before I left the source that night, I knew that I wanted to give my life to God. After the source, I just started wanting to come back to church, wanting to learn more. And then all of a sudden, I was diagnosed with cancer. I said, okay, y'all know me. I come in here every Sunday. I know I don't talk a lot, but I have cancer, and can y'all please tell me what it is that I need to do? They all came up and they laid their hands on me and they prayed for me. And the help of them, my life group class, and Miss Watson and the Scarboroughs, I had the biggest family. Bellevue has taught me that I no longer have to walk in the dark woods alone, that there's a light now, a bright one that I can see. Matthew 11:28, come to me, all who are weary, and I will give you rest. God's forgiveness is magnificent. Doesn't matter what you've done. That's why he sent his only son. That void that once was there, I wouldn't even know where to even start to look for it. As of last week, I'm cancer-free. So we're taking it one day at a time, 1 week at a time. My name is Shauna, and that's my red chair story.